And I must very strongly appeal here to the speakers to adhere very strictly to their 2-minute slots, because if you go over time at all, then delegates are going to miss out on television time. So it's absolutely vital that everybody adheres to the time. When the red light comes on, that you immediately cease to speak. If you use up time, you're taking other people's time who will not get the opportunity to contribute to the conference during the television time. I now call on the Deputy Leader, Deputy Joan Burton, to propose motion 1.
Thank you, Cathaoirleach. Delegates, 500,000 people without jobs. I wonder, has the sheer horror of that got home yet to those who talk only about deficits and cuts? I can tell you the financial cost of this: increased welfare, the loss of income tax and PRSI, the loss of VAT when there are no wages to spend. The real cost is the destructive effect of mass unemployment, the spectre that is looming over our country. The destruction of the hope that has rebuilt towns and villages across the country over the last 17 years. We have a special budget in 10 days. It will not be about job creation. There is no genuine job creation commitment in this government, and the budget will accelerate an already grim situation. Unemployment hurts the person who loses their job. It hurts their family. It hurts their relationships. Unemployment is linked to illness, depression, and poor health. All these are costly to the individual. They also bring a huge cost for our country, and youth unemployment is the heaviest cost of all. Youth unemployment leaves permanent scars. We just cannot allow it to become a feature of life in Ireland again. So what can we do? It is quite simple. We need to create jobs and pathways back to jobs and to retain our existing jobs. The government should make jobs the centrepiece of the special budget. There is a case for cuts in PRSI contributions targeted at the low-paid and the young. Apprenticeships have to be protected and continued, even when the sponsoring employer goes out of business. And FÁS has to become nimble in responding to the crisis that's hitting so many young apprentices and so many young men who will leave school with their leaving cert this summer and find that the apprenticeship they've dreamed about is no longer there for them unless our government and the government agencies like FÁS move. We should maintain investment in human capital formation with an eye to our country's long-term future. We should put in place a scheme to encourage under-25s to be in education as an alternative to becoming unemployed. It is a crying shame that young men and women who are graduating from our universities and institutes are facing unemployment and emigration if they can. I strongly urge the Minister to take on board a suggestion I made in the Dáil about internship programmes that would enable graduates and apprentices to get valuable work experience rather than recourse to the dole. I recall the summer work programme that was introduced when we were last in government to some loud howls of protest, but it was based on a core principle that the dole should be a last resort for young men and women. It remains a sound principle. The social cost of leaving a generation to rot will be far greater than the financial cost of creating jobs and training now. Yes, the financial deficit is important, and I am as much a deficit hawk as anyone else, because we have to establish our creditworthiness as a country. Do not underestimate this party's willingness to implement tough decisions to deliver sound public finances. Remember, delegates, it was Rory Quinn who gave Ireland the first budget surplus of modern times. But it has to be done in a planned way that avoids panic measures that make the situation worse. I am glad that this has now become part of the orthodox view among commentators. Just give us in the Labour Party some small credit for saying it first. Give us some credit too for being first to promote a stimulus recovery plan for labour-intensive projects that could use the capital reserves of the National Pension Reserve Fund and a recovery bond offered to our people at home and our diaspora. That is the better way. Is far an Schliela. Delegates, let me turn now to the bank situation. Right now our economy is being dragged down by our dysfunctional financial system and its toxic debts. It has exposed Ireland to a hostile audience among international lenders. It has saddled us with huge extra interest costs. It has restricted our capacity to arrange funds for important capital investment projects that could stimulate the economy. It has left us with a tattered reputation for crony capitalism that even the Minister had to admit to in his meeting with the Financial Times on St. Patrick's Day. Let me say this. Brian Lenihan is in the last chance saloon on banking reform. The core issue is the allocation of losses and toxic debts. Bad banks, good banks, insurance schemes, to be honest, they're all side issues. No matter which one chooses, it will still come down to this core issue, which is the valuation of the bad debts and how much of a hit in the valuation will the taxpayer, that's all of us, and every citizen in the country, how much will the taxpayer have to suffer? Done badly, this could cost us, the people of Ireland, as much as 25 billion. Done well, the hit could be less than half of that. Next Tuesday, Ireland will experience a truly amazing event. A 3.5 billion transfer to the Bank of Ireland will take place. Surely the largest welfare cheque ever written. And AIB will get another one soon. And we know already that 7 billion on recapitalisation has not actually worked.